Hey, Queen City Gaming fans. So welcome back, folks. Today, guys, we are looking into some of the new stuff in the Lumineth Realm-Lords. So, guys, this and Stormcast Eternals are probably the two main armies I've been playing, with these guys being the very main one recently. So, now, this book is interesting. So this is an updated Battletome after less than a year. You heard me that right, guys. This is an updated Battletome in less than a year. I'm not very happy about it, but it happens. Alright, if you have the old book, you don't have to get the new one, but, you know, you can't buy the old one anymore. So you can find Broken Realms Teclis, and it'll have all the new stuff in there for the Lumineth Realm-Lords. But, guys, we're going to kind of go over some of the changes that have occurred and some of the things to really watch out for in this book. The first thing we're going to talk about, guys, is what are they called? The Sicinari. So the Sicinari, guys, were found in one character only, which was the Cathalar in the old book, and now we have a couple different ones in here, which is a great idea and a great addition. So besides that, we do have a couple new greater nations as well. But let's dive deep into the Sicinari. So the Sicinari, guys, are like the Cathalars and your wizard heroes. So they got a new ability called Deep Think. So at the start of the hero phase, you can pick a Sicinari wizard and declare that it's not going to cast any spells that phase. Okay? Because it's contemplating, it's thinking about its life, because it forgot to take its antidepressants that day. Alright? So if you do this in the next hero phase, you automatically cast a spell, and it counts as rolling a 9, and it cannot be modified in any way. You just automatically cast a spell on a 9, and it is the first spell in that current hero phase. Alright, so kind of be careful with that, especially when you get to some of these wizards who take things like the Silver Wand, where they can cast an extra spell. That kind of matters. So the command traits haven't really changed. Changed. The two you're probably going to see the most is War Master and Lore Master. So Lore Master, you know, one extra spell, pretty good. Or War Master, basically at the start of the hero phase, you roll a dice on a 4, you get an extra command point. Both excellent. Spellmaster isn't bad. It lets you reroll one failed casting roll for this general. So it's not bad either, but I think Lore Master and War Master are going to be your two major ones, with maybe War Master winning out depending on your playstyle. So for their artifacts of power, you have the Phoenix Stone. So basically, if a hero dies within 12 inches of the bearer, before removing that model from play, roll a dice. On a 6, the model is not slain. All wounds located are healed, and any wounds that are currently remaining to be allocated to it or its unit are negated, which is interesting. I'm not taking it, but it's there. Alright, Silver Wand, which is my favorite. You cast one extra spell a turn, which is great, especially for the Sicinari. And then Blade of Leaping Gold. Pick one of the bearer's melee weapons, add 3 to the attack characteristics of that weapon. That's not bad. You're going to see it on one character if you take it, but we'll go over that here in just we'll go over that now. Alright, so as far as the lores go, they can all take Lore of Hysh. Just making sure. Teclis, yep. So they can only take Lore of Hysh. Lore of Hysh hasn't changed. You know, you've got some great ones in here. Ethereal Blessing, Total Eclipse, Protection of Hysh, Solar Flare are the big ones. Speed of Hysh I really like, and Lambent Light. Really, you can't go wrong with this lore set. Now, let's see here. Warscrolls, where are you? Here we go. Alright, so when we talk... Oh, nope. Nope, that's the Venari. We don't want Venari, we want Sicinari. Alright, so when we look at the Sicinari, we can start talking about the Sicinari Cathalar. They haven't changed. Still fantastic, still does the stuff with the bravery and the darkness of souls, a -1 when you use Ether Quartz transfers to another unit. Fantastic. Alright, Really, really solid unit. You're going to see these in pretty much every single list. So the new guy on the block is the Sicinari Caligrave. So 5 wounds, 6 move, 5+ save, 7 bravery, just like the Cathalar. Now, the Caligrave Blade is a 3-inch range, which is crazy. D3 attacks, 3s to hit, 3 to wound, 1 rend, D3 damage. So he's not a slouch in melee. He can be decent, but that D3 is where he's going to fail, because you're always going to roll a 1 for the attacks. Alright, which is insane. Alright, so for his abilities, he has Realm Scribe. So once per battle in your hero phase, instead of attempting to cast any spells, with 1 friendly model with this ability, you can roll a dice. Add the number of the current battle round to the roll. On a 5+, pick any point anywhere on the battlefield for the rest of the battle. Do not take battle shock tests for friendly Lumineth Realm-Lord units that are wholly within 9 inches of this point, and add 1 to casting, dispelling, and unbinding rolls for friendly Lumineth Realm-Lord wizards that are within 9 inches of this point. That's a fantastic ability, guys. You could get it off on turn 1, but you would need some pretty good rolling. Turn 2 is probably when this is going to come out. So as far as magic goes, he's a wizard. He can cast 1 spell, unbind 1 spell, knows Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield, and Erasure. Erasure? Something. Alright, so Erasure. So it has a casting value of 7. You pick an enemy hero within 24 inches of the caster. You can either put D3 mortal wounds on that hero, or you can put basically a mark on it. If another model casts the same spell on a marked hero, it causes D6 mortal wounds, and then they're no longer marked. So it's kind of a trade-off. I can either do D3 to you now or D6 later. Ideally, you're probably going to do the D3, but still not a bad spell and kind of interesting too. Alright, so the Sicinari Lore Seeker is our other option, and this is probably the one you're going to see in almost every single list because he's really good. Alright, 6 wounds, 6 move, 4 up save, 8 bravery, so a little bit better than the other two. Alright, he has a missile weapon, which is staff, 12-inch range, 2 attacks, 3s to hit, 3s to wound, 2 rend, D3 damage. So pretty solid melee attack. Alright, and then the Lore Seeker Blade, which is 4 attacks, 2s to hit, 3s to wound, 1 rend, D3 damage. This guy wouldn't actually be bad to give the artifact to that gave him 3 extra attacks on his melee weapon. So that would actually be pretty good. So these guys are different though, so that with their abilities, Lore Seeker, if an enemy model that bears an artifact of power is slain within 3 inches of any friendly models with this ability, you receive 1 command point. So not bad. And then Lone Agent. Add 1 to save rolls for attacks that target this model if it is more than 9 inches away from friendly models. So it's like the opposite of Lookout Sir. Now, here's the interesting part though. In addition, instead of setting this model up on the battlefield, you can place it to one side and say that it is set up as a Lone Agent reserve unit. If you do so at the start of the first battle round, before determining who has the first turn, you must set up this model on the battlefield anywhere that is more than 3 inches from enemy units, which is crazy. This guy's gonna pile in when he comes down. Alright, he's gonna charge in, pile in, and just wreck something in the face. So he can be really good at going after those backline support characters that your opponent just leaves a weird window for. So if you set this model up within 6 inches of an objective that has no enemy units within 6 inches of it, you gain control of that objective, and your opponent cannot control it while this model is within 6 inches of it, which is really interesting. I kind of like it. Alright, and then as far as being a wizard, he knows 1 spell, or cast 1 spell, unbind 1 spell, knows Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield, and then something from Hish. But overall, guys, those are the new Sicinari wizards. They're all great. I love every single one of them. I have 2 Cathalars and then 1 of each of these new guys, and they're amazing. You're going to see them in different lists, and it's going to provide so much variety to your games out there. But guys, that's Sicinari. I hope you have enjoyed it, guys. Come back next time. We'll look at another group. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Queen City Gaming, signing out, folks.